So it is time to see the bold robot man Sigma and all of his fortress, which is like actually pretty big. Not as big as some of the other fortresses in the Mega Man games, to be fair, but like, it's still decently large. Let's see how the players tackle this. It is definitely gonna be the longest match of the run either way. The longest match of the tournament, I should say. Because simply there's 4 levels and that's quite the size. PrinPrin does choose to scale that wall, which is a little unorthodox because that wall is kind of wonky. But it did work out quite beautifully. I will say that. PrinPrin, you know, for all of how salty I am that I lost to him, I have to respect the skill. Because, like, you know, you just have to respect it. He is really, really good. PrinPrin already reaching Vile, but Keywiz isn't that far behind, to be honest. Like, yeah, these cutscenes and all do muddle the time a bit, but Keywiz isn't technically very far back. I'd still put it as anyone's game.
Alright, Q, talk me through it, because I am not an expert on this game. I barely know anything. What are things we need to look out for? What are places that these guys can win some time? I see Greg mentioning the cutscene skip. Come on, man, hook me up, hook me up.
I don't really know about the cutscene skip. I never really bothered to learn that. So that's on me.
But in general, like in these stages, what are places that you can win some time? What are things you need to look out for?
Well, the things that are going to take the most time are definitely going to be the bosses. It depends on how much they're going to use their weaknesses, how effectively. Especially on bosses like Armored Armadillo, you really can't function against him without his weakness. And, you know, just overall, it's really just gonna be about how fast you kill things, because most of this is about combat and not platforming. What I see here is PrinPrin prefers to use the rolling shield on Vile, which does have a higher damage output, and Keywiz chooses the homing torpedo, which hits easier. And they kind of both did finish at almost the same time, really. Ooh, that's a bit of a fail from Prin. I see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to just bounce. Yeah, much like Keywiz just actually did. Chameleon Sting is what I assume both players will use in this shaft, because this shaft is so ass normally. I guess Keywiz doesn't actually opt for it, which is going to cost him a lot of time. Because, like, you really don't want to actually do this properly, because it's just so bad. Prin is at the Boomer. Now, Boomer is a funny derogatory word these days, but this guy is actually called a Boomer Kuwanger, which is short for Boomerang, and that's the way they chose to shorten it. Do you know what a Kuwanger even is? It stands for Kuwagara, which is like a Japanese word for dung beetle. But like, if you were like a kid in the US in the 90s and you read the word Kuwanger, you'd be like, what the fuck is a Kuwanger? Even a kid in the US in the 2026. Like, you'd never get that.
The medals in Metabots are also named after those beetles, I think. You have Kabuto and Kuwagata or Kawaguta. I don't know. I'm not a Japanese.
Kuwagata, yeah, or whatever. I can't do a good accent. Prinny is at Boss Spider. Unfortunately, Keywiz wasted a shit ton of time on the shaft and is still all the way back at Boomer. Boss Spider is a very, like, extremely divisive boss in the community. You either love him or hate him, and I'm personally on the love him side because he's one of the more fair bosses in the game for me. Some of these bosses really show how weakly they are designed when you try to do them no damage, but Boss Spider is pretty tight. Because his gimmick is just very simple. It's like you either do it or you don't. You either understand it or you don't. It's just, there's not much room for fuckery. Which some people may not enjoy, I definitely like a lot. Boomer is dead on Keywiz side, and Bernie did take one death to Boss Spider, so...
We did hear Keywiz say that he's happy with this run if he kills Spider.
It's, Spider really just is such a wall to a lot of beginners. Because it can be hard to understand his patterns, like, that quickly in real time. It does get easier with practice, but as you can see right now, Prinny just completely dashed the wrong way. You gotta be on point, simply. You can't really afford to waste even a second. Basically how it works is when he spawns the lines, whenever he touches a line, he just goes across it. That's literally it. But it can be hard to figure out because you get like half a second to compute all of it.
It's similar to one of those mini games in WarioWare, where you have to predict where the water goes when you drain it down the pipe.
That would be Wario Land, actually.
No, WarioWare.
Which WarioWare?
Any of them. They always have those type of... But I know the GBA one has this puzzle. You also have the same reaction speed.
Although, to be fair, I haven't played WarioWare in literal years, so I do forget. I do remember like a bucket game in Wario Land. I don't know if it was based on this or if it was like something else.
Kid Dracula, I think I saw that on Sarconius' stream as well.
But Pretty does move on to stage 2. I think Sigma Stage 2 has the best soundtrack of any of the stages in the game. Maybe below Spark Mandrill, but this song is really chill to me. Although, like, this game's soundtrack is in general is just so fucking strong. You wouldn't really hate any of the songs here. Keywiz is still on the spider, still behind, as Pretty moves on deeper into stage 2. That body armor is doing quite a lot of work. You know, taking half damage is never gonna be not impressive, right? For an upgrade. Keywiz is almost killing the spider, but will he actually pull it?
Oh, he dies.
Unfortunately, no.
So what can we expect in the second stage of Sigma, where Prinny is now? What's the final boss at the end of that stage?
The boss in this stage is Ragdabangda. It's like a wall with 2 eyes and a nose, and you basically... what you want to do is kill the nose last, because if you kill him first, then it just makes the other parts of the fight so much harder. I would imagine Prin knows how that works. I don't think he wouldn't. But, you know, basically how it works is that when the nose is active, the walls close in and you have to wall jump on them repeatedly, or else you will fall into spikes and die. And if you kill the nose, the walls stay close together and you just have to keep wall jumping while the other shit attacks you, and it just becomes impossible. So you really want to kill the eyes first. Well, you basically have to, really. And that's really the only hard part about that fight. Other than that, the attacks aren't really anything special. Like, I don't see it kill anyone if you just know to kill the nose first, really.
Yeah. Oh man, Keywiz is all the way back at the start.
That is, well, let's just say not very good. Greeny is at rung already, so yeah, you'll see what I mean pretty shortly. As soon as the nose does its attack, basically. So see, the walls close in, and if you actually kill the nose right now, the walls would stay like that.
Oh, really?
While the eyes attack you. Yeah, so you don't do that, you never do that. I expect Pretty to attack the nose like once or twice, but not to kill it, because you just don't kill the nose first. You just don't do that in this fight.
Yeah. Well, Pretty needs to make sure that he lives here first. Yep.
He did die, and he also lost the weapon ammo for. Oh my god, that's a game over. That could have been avoided if he just threw himself into the pit here, but I guess he didn't really pay attention to how many lives he had.
Well, let's see how fast he can recover.
At least Keywiz doesn't have to beat Vile again, so this part of the stage does go faster. I did say about that, like, to you earlier, so I guess it's kind of cosmic or whatever that it is being demonstrated.
Well,
I don't know if you believe in that kind of stuff.
And it's good for the chat to know that depending on how these guys perform, and of course we expect one of them to finish at least, but if it turns out that none of them are able to finish the stage, then we will at some point call the match and judge based on how far into the game they've gotten.
It does appear that Keywiz doesn't know you can dash off walls.
That will make these jumps quite a bit harder for him.
Yeah, that it definitely looks like a struggle. And especially since he's also not using Sting Chameleon to get invincibility and stuff.
Does look like Prinny is gonna pull farther and farther away.
Yeah, this is just really a lack of knowledge on Kyo's part, not really a lack of skill.
And that's also the hard thing about this tournament, right? And I can attest to that, that if you come into a Mega Man tournament without any knowledge, but you just want to compete, and there's so, like...
It's going to be hard, yeah.
There's 4 different games that you play.
If Greg's assessment is correct, I lost because my knowledge of ZX was lacking.
As you could see,
So yeah, raw skill only gets you so far.
Yeah. I got lucky that I practiced the first match really hard, and then somehow I managed to take a win round 2 as well, but... I mean, it completely showed in my match against Keywiz that I had no idea what I was doing.
You didn't really expect to get that far anyway.
No, exactly. And then...
And you did say your main stated goal was just to survive round 1 for once.
Yeah.
Which you did manage to do.
But then especially in a game like Mega Man, where you just have to have knowledge, if you're competing against someone that does. Because you can't beat this game on reflexes alone. If you try to do that, then... Oh no. Prinny falling into the spikes.
It's honestly better because not only does he have lives still, but also enough ammo to win anyway. Although another death would be very shitty. Keywiz does take a death to Boomer, and that will put him right back here, which must be tilting as fuck.
Well, let's see how these guys continue on now. I do expect Prinny to finish the boss off, and that means he goes to stage 3, the boss rush stage.
Yeah, it is the 6 bosses, 5 remaining Mavericks and D-Rex.
Right.
All of which should be rather simple. Watching Keywiz is kind of hard, I will admit, because just... Like, from my perspective, I see just so many things he could do to make this section so much easier, but he doesn't know them.
Well, now he's using this shield to tank some enemies at least.
Yeah, but the rolling shield is less effective than the Chameleon Sting because it's just a blocker, while Chameleon Sting is pure invincibility. It does last a lot less time, but it's still much more useful because you just get past everything, and the shield doesn't really have that same kind of effect.
At least
Brinny does move on.
Prinny moves on, yeah. We are making some progress.
Stage 3 is rather easy. I don't see anyone dying here at all. Sigma himself is actually a really hard boss fight. Like, you have to understand that there is going to be that.
And I think Prinny, before the match where Keywiz said, I'm happy if I defeat the spider boss, Prinny said, I wonder if I can ever defeat
Sigma, but he's not sure if he's going to be able to beat him. And that is a fair assessment, because Sigma is actually hard. Even now, even like, I play Mega Man for like, what, 15 years, 16? Wolf Sigma is still a bitch, even today. Like, you just don't understand just how awful that fight is unless you try to do it in low percent. Then you really find out just how much it sucks.
At least Keywiz is making...
And you weren't quite as kind to give everyone the full upgrades and shit.
Well, there is some challenge to be had.
Believe me, a wolf asshole is hard enough even with full everything. I guess not really.
Well, at least it looks like Prinny is consistently moving on, and if he makes it to Sigma, we can give him a bit to try the match. But I think so far, Keywiz needs to come up with some miracle. If he defeats the spider boss,
especially.
He needs to make an insane comeback after that to have a chance here.
So anyway, here's a funny thing. Greg just slid into my DMs to say it would be nice if we did a bonus round where we the losers do Mega Man X and see how we compare.
That would be nice if I had the time for it.
And you don't.
But I don't think that's on the schedule today, because we're already way past where we're supposed to be.
Come on, give it to the Greg. Give it to me. I want to do it.
We can give it to Greg another day off the stream.
Meh. It's such a boner kill.
I know. Unfortunately, there's also real life things to take care of.
Simply die, and then you won't have to deal with real life.
Keywiz, we need you to step up. And yet you have to give it to Keywiz. He is still in there. He didn't give up. Kind of reminds me of his Airman stage. Although, I'll be honest, the Airman stage was exciting. Here I feel a bit more bad about how big the gap is.
Well, it's simply how it is.
It is how it is. Oh, and another.
We can't all win them all, like... You know, sometimes in, tournaments and whatnot, especially like sports, you hear the term finals before the finals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely had that here, maybe twice, you could say.
Oh, we've had some very tight matches. Absolutely. But I think what you see here, I mean, it's sad for Keywiz that he's so far behind, but this is also, for me, one of the big appeals about Retro Rivals is if you just consistently play in the tournaments that you are available and not based on what games you are good at, then you get a way more fun leaderboard as well, because it shows like the most diverse gamer and you get to practice in genres you never did before. We had a Red Alert tournament 2 weeks ago, and I used to...
Yeah, basically free XP for you.
Well, you have to remind yourself, although I won that tournament, I've only played the single player version of that and I'm not good at RTSs. But I took like a few days to look at pro players, how they play. It's really interesting, and then you teach yourself how to do more of that. You improve as a player. That's one of the biggest appeals for me for this format, is every week or every 2 weeks there's games you have never played before, and you see how these amazing gamers in their recordings, how they do it. You start to learn it, you start to copy things, you start to discover your own ways, and then all of a sudden you are like ways above the other guys. And again,
I guess I should have practiced ZX more, that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that's in a tournament like this, it's hard because there's so many games in one tournament. If you have one game for the entire week, then you know how to focus on that. But I think if I didn't practice as much as I did on Mega Man 4 for the Game Boy, I would have never even made it past the first round. But that took me days of practice on that game. Oh, Keywiz gets...
Yeah, maybe a little too much, but it did pay off.
It did pay off. Keywiz gets the HP there. Maybe he can finally reach the top now.
Well, he did, and then he died to the boomer.
Oh, Keywiz.
Rini is at the Mammoth, which right after Mammoth is D-Rex, and then after D-Rex it's Sigma.
This Mammoth, is that the same Mammoth as in Mega Man ZX?
No.
Or Z, Mega Man Z, sorry.
There is no relation.
No?
Also, I think you mean the Mammoth from 01, not ZX.
Yeah, 0. I said ZX, my bad. Oh, Keywiz, I really want you to move on, at least the stage.
Well, it ain't looking very good for him, chap.
Oh yeah, Indian. Yeah, you're right, G-Fizz.
Yeah, he was, Ganesh from 01. He's actually kind of low if you for early A ranks, because his boomerang kind of catches you off guard. Pretty died to D-Rex. I think that was his last life too.
Really?
It wasn't, but the next one may well be.
If he beats this boss, is he then at another checkpoint if he game's over?
Well, the stage 4 is just Sigma, so there is not really any reason to worry about lives at that point.
Yeah, so you reset at stage 4 if you die there.
Yeah, and stage 4 is just you climb up like a little bit and then you fight Sigma.
Right. Oh, dodges the bite attack. A few iframes. Dashes out. This is starting to look better for... Oh. Prinny?
You guys should be able to win this. Well, okay, that wasn't very good, but
Prinny,
I still think he should be winning this.
Oh, Prinny, we really need you to...
I still believe!
Kill that boss here, Prinny! Oh.
Never punished. GG easy.
Do they have sub-tanks? That's a good question. Did we give them sub-tanks? I think we gave them...
You didn't.
None.
You didn't give him shit.
These are the finals. Only the hardcorest of hardcore.
Armor, like.
What's that?
You gave him 2 hard tanks and body armor, that's all.
Yeah. Well, Prinny is making it up here.
Oh, Prinny is at Sigma now. Hopefully he actually can kill him.
And Prinny has been proving week in, week out that he is a really good gamer. Every time he shows up at the tournaments and performs well. Red Alert 2 tournament as well, I had the biggest issue with Prinny.
Well, I do wonder what he's gonna do if he shows up at the shmups.
Is he signed up for the shmups? Let me check.
Oh yeah, you go check. I'm watching this.
Well, he's not signed up yet, so...
I'm going to harass him. My world, my rules, bitch, and he's going to accept to be in it.
Excellent job, X. His name is Prinny. Moving on to the next phase.
Jedi phase is really easy if you take it somewhat slow, but Prinny is going very fucking recklessly. Why is he doing that?
Hello, Mr. Prinny. Are you okay?
But really, the only hard part of the Sigma boss fight is the final phase. It can be moderately mitigated, like if you know to stand at the edge of his arms, but even then, you can just get surprised and knocked off. You really gotta be ready for that. It's just so annoying, and getting to the edge is also annoying. So realistically, Voice, because Sigma is actually quite the problem, when do you want to call this?
Let's see how close Prinny gets to defeating each phase, because we don't want to get these guys out of there. I mean, I kind of want to relieve Keywiz out of his misery.
He do be looking miserable right now. Maybe he's gonna beat the spider though.
But I also want to give Prinny the chance to pull off a stunt here.
A chance is fine, but 50 chances I think is a little much.
Let's see how they... And come on, man. We want to see Keywiz take down that spider. That was his goal. But... Oh, he took a free hit. Let's give Prinny at least 2 more shots to see if he can get past the Jedi phase. If that's too tough, then we might have to call it. Yeah, Keywiz going down again, but he has 1 more life. I get a feeling that Keywiz will probably stop playing if he game's over again. If that happens.
You think?
Well, he might, but he did have his goal for himself, so I don't want to put any pressure on him.
It is what it is.
And Prinny is relatively low on that first phase every time. Is that... Shouldn't he be able to dodge more damage there?
I'm with you, Chief. He's just handling him badly.
Okay, well,
Because,
another
like,
shot.
the dog isn't super hard. Jedi Sigma is even easier, but I guess Prinny doesn't know how to deal with him. So I think, honestly, despite your wishes, we're gonna have to call this eventually. Because remember, there's a whole another phase after this one, and he's not really doing well on this one.
Well, it does look...
And then I admire Keywiz having that unbreakable determination.
Keywiz is just going... I have to give it to him, he's just going in there. But, let's give Prinny 2 more attempts. He probably hears this as well, because I know he's... Prinny, you have 2 more attempts, man.
I imagine fatigue is also settling in by now.
I mean, we've been playing for a long time. After 2 tries, let's see how close Keywiz is to the spider, and then we'll make a judgment on calling this. Because it's obvious who the...
I mean, there's not really much to judge.
Yeah, we don't need to do a community vote on this, I think.
It's unfortunate, you know, finals is supposed to be the most hype match, and we had hyper matches before.
Oh yeah, we've had great matches today.
But this, I mean, not to be insulting to anyone, but this is not a match.
It is a match, but it's not a close match, that's for sure. But we do get the joy of seeing Keywiz go down this vertical tunnel once more.
Yeah.
And by now...
The best tunnel.
By now he has to be trained.
The sexiest tunnel.
Has he figured out to do the boost jump yet?
No. He's still doing normal jumps.
I got a feeling that PrinPrin might actually get past the second phase here on this try. We did tell him to lock in.
Well, let's see if that actually does happen.
Hey, that's the fireball attack from the dogs in Mega Man 2, no?
It actually does work exactly the same way.
Yeah. He does make it to phase 2 with quite a bit more HP than before, so... we might see some improvement in this run.
I think this should be the last attempt, honestly. I think it's... this isn't really that fun to watch anymore. Like, we'll give PrinPrin this attempt, maybe this credit, and then we're just gonna declare.
Yeah, let's see how this fight ends up. If he progresses a lot, then you should give him at least one more try, I think.
He's gonna be out of weapons. And then he's gonna have to game over, and then he's gonna slow things down even more. I really don't think there is a dispute who is winning.
No, that is definitely decided. But we have both players at their favorite stage now. Keywiz, I want to see you take down that spider. And there we go.
We're about to at least give a look at the Wolf Sigma.
There are some improvements. Let's see. Maybe if PrinPrin does this very closely. I'm very curious.
Not. Like, I am sorry to say, but if he struggled that much on Jedi, he's not going to beat the Wolf.
Hang in there. Let's see what Keywiz...
It is what it is.
Yeah, let's see what Keywiz does here on the... I think it's sad if he just beat the laser... Let's give him his last attempt now. Oh, Keywiz, you're so close to the spider. Because we want to see Keywiz play.
Just could not do it, man. Just could not do it.
Well, both of them are very stuck. But we also want to give Keywiz this final chance at his lifetime goal of taking down the spider.
This is the last fight. Like, I'm sorry, I am calling it right now. Either they beat the boss or die. It's over either way. I think we've seen enough.
We've clearly got a winner today, that's for sure. Come on, Keywiz. Want to see you on that spider. You can see PrinPrin heard us when we said final attempts, because now he's locking in.
Yeah.
Keywiz, you have gained my respect even more today, because I would have given up a long time ago. Yet here you are,
It is what it is.
Take down that spider. I hate spiders too, man.
Yeah, now without weapons it's going to be even harder for Prin to push through to the end. Keywiz is also out of shotgun eyes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Keywiz game's over here, and I'm gonna pull him out of his misery at least.
Yeah, and this is the last attempt for Prinny as well.
Yeah. I think they both game over.
This has gone on long enough.
Oh, Keywiz.
Let's see if he game's over, then I will release him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, Keywiz. We are gonna release you out of your misery.
Yeah, please. Come on. What is this, dude?
Well, we really wanted you to see you take down the spider. I can tell you, Prinny definitely won, but
He's been on Sigma for a while as well.
and
But I think he's the winner even.
Yeah. I mean, he's
He's 3 complete stages ahead of you.
like,
For sure.
we're
Like,
just,
I mean, not bad for opening the game just today.
no,
I mean,
no, absolutely not. I couldn't even get past the flying platforms at the start. We're gonna release Prinny here too when he dies. No.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, that's enough.